Your assistance has been requested.
Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Object 261. It's a Tier 10 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Steps Encounter, and it's under the command of the Bassman from Hell. Yes, he's riding again in the Object 261 with an 18cm howitzer, and it's capable of doing 900 alpha, penetrating 45mm of armour, and it's got a 10m burst radius, and that's with the standard ammo. It goes up to 11m burst radius if you use the premium rounds, and the reload time 25.2 seconds, which makes this a very good Arty, because it's actually quite very quick, but it can run out of ammunition, mainly because its fire rate is so quick it'll run through all 20 rounds of ammunition just like that. In fact, in grand battles you frequently run out of ammo. Well, he's in the he fired his first shot at an Object 277 and got a splash for 236, and he's reloading, getting ready to hit the next target. And I can tell you that it's quite a frequent occurrence to Arty players that they get accused of doing nothing by their teammates at the end of the battle. But of course, this isn't true. Look at that, he's just hit and killed an EBR by burning him. Yes, he set light to the EBR-90 and he's out the game. So really great shot there. Got rid of one of the enemy pests. Yes, these wheelie vermin have to be put down, you know. I know I'm very anti-wheel vehicles, but I know a lot of people do like them. I'm not one of them. Rounds out the Martian. He actually aimed that directly at the vehicle. He should have led the target just a little bit, and he probably would have got a better shot, but he did stun the guy, and he has picked up stun assist off that VK. Okay, he's going for the VK4502 again. You can see where the last shot landed on the side of the vehicle. There's a really big yellow stain. That's where the shell impacted. Now he's jiggling the reticule about there because he wasn't. It wasn't moving like he wanted it to. He's got 3 enemy tanks here, and he hits the VK, I think, with that one. Was it? No, it's the T110E4. He took a round for 265, and I think 2 of the enemy tanks were stunned. At least the 4502B is now down to his last few hit points, and all 3 of them are moving together and forming a line, and well, that can be very dangerous for the enemy because it means you're an easier hit for Arty. Leads the target, fires the round in, direct hit on the Martian. So, who is it who's accusing Arty of sleeping? Well, it's the 60TP, and you can see it just appeared in chat. He thinks that the Arty is not doing anything in this game. Far from it. Bassman's already got just under 1,000 hit points of damage on the enemy, and he's burned through 5 of his shots already, and he's fired another one in. Oh, this time round he hit 2 of the enemy. He actually damaged the Martian and the T110E4 with that shot, and he's already picked up stun assists off the T110E4, who was taken out of the game by the T30. I'm afraid we are kind of the Cinderella of the game world, of the World of Tanks world, because really the thing is that the other players just don't see how much damage we're doing, because of course they don't see us. All they see is these shells appearing out of the sky, slamming into the side of an enemy vehicle, but they don't actually see how much damage is actually done to the enemy until the end of battle results. And that's when it kind of gets rather embarrassing for the tank who accuses Arty of doing nothing, because frequently it's the Arty player who's doing the most damage in the game overall. The score's 5-all at the moment, so it's anybody's game. We can see that the 60TP is actually located on the west side of the map. He's come to sight, and there's an M53, M55. The Judas has just spotted him, but he fires at the Waffenträger instead. In fact, both enemy Arty have now come into sight, and I think that Bassman would have rather that he'd actually fired at them. The Judas is going to town, and oh, he's been shotgunned by the Batchat 155-58, or is it? No, it's the yes, it was the Batchat who killed him, not the T92 we're now seeing. Bassman's loaded. He's firing around at the T92. And that looks like it was in his path, but it didn't hit him directly. So it's 6-all now. Well, he's platooned with the Batchat 155-58 on his own team. And that guy doesn't have any kills yet, but just because you don't have any kills doesn't mean you're not doing damage. Bassman's got 1.5k of damage already recorded, but remember, that's the actual recorded damage, the damage we've seen. He's actually done a lot more damage than that because, of course, some of those shots were blind shots. They hit the enemy, but we never saw how much damage they actually did. So he's probably a lot higher than 1.5k. Now he's aiming ahead of the cap area. We are capping. Just the Batchat 25T AP in there at the moment. The Tier 9 French medium. He's now aiming for the E75, and an Object 430 has also been seen. Rounds out on the E75. 354 hit points of damage. We didn't actually get to see the shot that impacted on the E75, but we heard a sizzle, which means that the round normally went off against the side of the hull. It's nice to actually see the impact point and see exactly where it hit the E75. Sometimes that can be useful. Okay, we're going for the E75 again. He's dialing in nearby, moves the reticule over the target, fires the round in, watches it this time, and it lands short. Yep, it wasn't aimed at where the vehicle was going to be. It was aimed at where the vehicle was, and that's why that was only a stun and a splash, not an actual hit on the enemy. We've got an AMX-50B and a T-54 hull down on the east side of the map. They're trying to prevent the VK-45OB on our team from moving up, as well as our Jaegeru. And that's a nice shot on the T-54, near miss. You stayed to see where that one went, and of course he could correct his shot on that target. Instead, he's actually going over to the other side of the battlefield, trying to get a shot on that Object 430. Following him, he's obviously going to try and get behind the 60 TP and the Jaegeru. We're following him. Very narrow arc of fire on this Arty, which means it's very difficult to get fully dialed in on the enemy. Fires the Object 430 and splashes in for 98. Both of those tanks, the Jaegeru and the 60 TP, are trying to get the E75, which is ahead of them. But there goes the 430, taken out by the 212A on our team. And our platoon mate in the Batchat 155-58 also has a kill. Rounds out in the AMX-50. Don't know if he got that one. I think it was a near miss. There's the E75. He can just about get a shot in there when he pokes around the corner. If he can put it on the front of that vehicle, that would be juicy. Just waiting for the reload to complete. Okay. Not yet, not yet. Now. Oh, he keeps poking the corner, but he's not coming out fully. And now he's very reluctant to do that because the our AMX-50B is engaging the Jaegeru, so he fires at the AMX-50B instead, and because he actually pulled back, the shell went long and we missed the AMX-50B, but our platoon mate hit him for 345. And the AMX-50B is disengaging. Mind you, that Jaegeru is now badly damaged. And we're re-aiming at the E75. He's gone to the overhead move. That can sometimes be helpful. Fires the round in. This could be a hit. Oh, went right over the top. But the Jaegeru finishes off the job. Kills the E75 with his 17cm. Okay, so the AMX-50B's taken the place of the E75 and he's got a fully loaded mag, but that doesn't help him because the 60 TP's there and he finishes off the 50B. Okay, well the enemy now has control of the cap area at the moment, but they're not capping. There's the T-54, pokes up to take a shot at our teammates, gets splashed for 113. he can ill afford to keep poking like that because they don't have many hit points left. Mind you, we have even less. At the moment, they've got 4,202 hit points, whereas our team's got 1,788. So it appears that some of the enemy tanks have not been hit at all. But if we fire around at the Centurion, oh, that's a direct hit, wipes him out for 167. And you can see there, their hit points have dropped dramatically because they lost the T-54. And there's the Batchat. Now it's just down to the Batchat and their Batchat 155-58. Last one's alive. Bassman fires it. Oh, blind kill on the Batchat 25 ton. And that means there's only one enemy left. But Bassman says the Batchat's just suicided. Well, yes, he did. And I think one of the other tanks also suicided by running straight into the enemy at full speed, knowing full well that they get wiped out. So Batchat, now Bassman's got 3 kills and his platoon mate's got 1. And he's showing 2,480 hit points of damage, but I think he's done a lot more than that now. Because, of course, the Batchat kill was a blind kill. That wasn't recorded. And he's now moving towards the cap. And I think we'll find the enemy Batchat is somewhere in the northeast corner of the map. Everyone's closing in on that area. Of course, this Arty is based on the IS-7, which means it's quite fast. Oh, now this is interesting. The Batchat came south. Oh, no, I think he made a mistake there, Bassman. Yep, his mistake was to try and shotgun whilst the guy was on the move. What you need to do is get close to get hits on the enemy. And now he's using his speed to turn around the Batchat, coming in from a different angle. And his platoon mate finishes the job and takes out the 155-58. Yes, you let them get close so that there's absolutely no chance of you missing. The enemy sometimes will fire when they're too far away, and if they do that, the shell will normally miss, especially if the Arty is on the move. But if you get close enough, or if the target's close enough, then you can't miss with a howitzer, and yes, you will devastate them with the shot. Even the splash will be lethal. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and we'll see how well the Bassman did in this game. Well, we can see he got a first-class tanker in this game, in the Object 261. He got an arsonist because he set light to the EBR 90 and watched him burn to death. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 19. And he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And his win rate for the battle was 4,567, which is Super Unicum standard. So how many hit points did he actually really get? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Because remember, the 60 TP accused the Arty of sleeping. Were they sleeping? No, they were not. And you can see this right away because Bassman managed to get the 2nd highest damage on his team and the 4th highest damage in the game overall. The highest scorer in the game was actually the AMX-50B on the enemy team with 5,103 hit points. The 2nd highest scorer was their Object 277 with 3,750, and then came the T30 with 3,702. And we can see that Bassman managed to get 3,271, much more than the amount that was actually recorded on his screen showing 2,400. Yes, he'd done 3,271, and of course got that Confederate. When it came to kills, he was top on kills. He had 3 in that game. Nobody else had more than 3, or 3. The rest had either 2. The T30 got 2, the 60 TP, his platoon mate, the Batchat 155-58, the Conqueror, and only 1 member of the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Object 277. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in that as well. 957 for Bassman, 908 for the T30, and then 863 for the 60 TP. So he called Arty asleep. Well, not really, not according to these stats. In fact, if you look at the stats, you can see that both Bassman and the 212A scored much more than the 60 TP. Over 500, in fact 700 hit points more for the Bassman. 500 hit points more for the 212A, or in fact actually 600 I should say. And in fact, all of the Arty together in this game scored a lot of damage on the enemy, including the enemy Arty. Look, he got 2,704 hit points, and that's more than the 60 TP as well. So yes, it's very wrong to accuse Arty of sleeping, because they're working very hard, and you'll only see that they've been working hard right at the end of the game when the battle results come out. Bassman fired 19 rounds, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations though, 18 splash, damage of 3,271 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He spotted one enemy vehicle, I think that would have been the Batchat 155-58, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 3, did 490 hit points of damage assistance and 1,299 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 56,160 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he took away a loss of 7,560 credits. Yes, he did use some premium ammo during that game. He got 7 bombs, and he also picked up 1,435 XP, 5,744 for completing the mission and events, and took away 7,179 experience points altogether. So a pretty good game for the Bassman, and it just goes to show tank drivers should not accuse Arty of sleeping, because they have absolutely no idea how much damage we are doing to the enemy until they see the end of battle results, and they might be a bit embarrassed if it turns out that Arty has done a lot more damage than they've done. Thanks for watching.